In the previous video, we successfully created a storage pool in TrueNAS and understood how physical storage is organized. In this video, we will move one step further, learning how to create a dataset and share it. We will assume that a pool already exists in TrueNAS. From that pool, we'll create a dataset and then configure a share so users on the network can access it, but with read-only permission only. This means they can view the data, but they cannot modify, delete, or upload new content. First, go to the Datasets tab on the left-hand menu. Next, select the pool that we created in the previous video. We will create the dataset inside this pool. Then, click on Add Dataset. In the Name field, enter a name for your dataset. For example, I will name it Read Only. Next, in the Dataset Preset field, select Multi-Protocol. This option allows the dataset to work flexibly with multiple sharing protocols, such as SMB or NFS. Next, uncheck the options Create NFS Share and Create SMB Share. We will not create the share at this step. The reason is that after the dataset is created, we will configure permissions and set up the share manually to have better control over the access settings. After clicking Save, you will now see the newly created dataset appear in the list inside your pool. Next, in the Permissions section, click Edit to modify the ACL. This is where we configure access permissions for the dataset, defining who can access the data and what actions they are allowed to perform. Next, click on Set ACL. This will open the Detailed Access Control configuration screen. Here, select Create a Custom ACL, then click Continue. Here, you will see that the owner and the group are set with full control permissions. We will keep these two entries as default. This is because they usually represent the administrative account or management group, and they need full control to manage, modify, and maintain the data when necessary. Next, in this example, we will grant all other users read-only permission. This means they can view the content inside the dataset, but they cannot modify, delete, or upload new data. Finally, click Save Access Control List to apply the changes. Okay, after configuring the ACL for the dataset, the next step is to share the folder over the network. At this point, you need to make sure that the SMB or NFS services are in the running state. If the service is not running, you need to enable it. Go to System, then select Services. Find the SMB and NFS service, then toggle it to the running state. Once the service is active, we can proceed with the share configuration. Here, click Add to create a new share. In the Path field, select the dataset that we just created. If a warning window appears, simply click Close to dismiss it. This is because we already enabled the SMB service earlier. Next, in the Name field, you can change the share name if you want. By default, TrueNAS uses the dataset name, but you can rename it to make it easier to identify when accessing from client machines. Finally, click Save to apply the share configuration. At this step, the system may ask whether you want to modify the access permissions. Select No, because we already configured the dataset ACL before creating the share. After adding the share successfully, you will see it appear in the list. Here, you can verify the share name, the path, and the service status. Now we will create a new user account to test the access permissions. Here, I will create a new user named read-only. For testing purposes, I will set the password the same as the username to make the setup quicker. Keep the remaining options as default. Then click Save to create the user account. Now, let's access TrueNAS from a client machine to test the configuration. Here, enter the username and password that you just created on TrueNAS. If the login is successful, you will see the share name that we just created appear like this. Now, try creating a new folder to verify whether the read-only permission is working as expected. If the configuration is correct, the system will display an error message or prevent you from creating the folder. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also support the channel with super thanks if you'd like to help us create more in-depth content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.